welcome back. So today we're going to be going over faith. We're going into a new series, faith. Oh my god, this is a wonderful one. This is going to be wonderful. I promise to keep it short and very, very, very practical and easy to understand. The first thing I want you to know about faith is that it comes from hearing the word of God. It comes from spending time in the word of God. It comes from you reading and then thinking on the word and then meditating on the word. So what is faith? Faith is complete trust and reliance on God. And faith is fueled by love. Faith is what? Faith is fueled by love. Because how can you trust somebody that you don't love? How can you trust somebody that you don't even believe in? That you don't know? You know God by his word. The more you get to know him, the more you will trust him. So that is why it's important for us to spend time in his word when we're trying to grow our faith, right? So even when we find that our faith level is low, it's usually coming from a place of that lack of spending time in his word, lack of spending quality time with him. You know, because when you spend time with him, when you get to know him better, when you are in love with Jesus, you will trust him. You say, it's not possible. That's what I tell myself. I say, it's not possible. God can't fail me. God will never fail me. You know, as long as I am depending on him according to his will, he will not fail. So faith is complete trust and reliance on God. When you have faith, when you read the word of God, your faith will come alive. The word of God is food. It's like what your faith feeds on. It's the food for your faith. When you spend time, you expose yourself to the word of God, your faith is gingered. Let me speak English for you. You ginger your faith. When you don't have the word in you, how will you be gingered in faith? How will you be motivated to trust God, to believe God? There is another type of faith I want us to talk about. Faith under pressure. Because it's easy for you to believe God when things are going your way. But when things are not going your way, how is your faith? Your faith under pressure will show that you are now growing as a child of God. When you have made up your mind, remember when Daniel and his friends, Daniel's friends told King Nebuchadnezzar, I don't know how to spell his name, but excuse me, that they will not worship his God. They will not serve his God. And the king was so angry. And the king steamed the fire so much that even the servants that were setting the fire, that wanted to throw Daniel's friends in the fire, some of them died. That's to show you how hot the fire was. And before they went into the fire, they told the king that God is able to save us. But even if he does not save us, we will not serve your gods. Now, I want to tell you something. They made it clear that whether it happens your way, whether it doesn't happen your way, they first understood that God is able to do it. So what is that situation in your life that is stubborn, that has been challenging you, that has been like a thorn in your flesh? God is able to do it. I'm speaking to that situation on your behalf. God is able to do it. No matter the challenges, no matter the persecution, no matter what happens, no matter the pressure of life, God is able to do it. But even when it does not happen, there's some things that you pray about that will happen in your time. You believe it will happen according to that time, because that is the right time. It's overdue. So it happens according to God's will. But there's some prayers that you pray in faith that you have to wait a little bit for the manifestation. Some of them you might have to wait a while. So does it mean that you start to waver in faith? No. Faith is that absolute resolve that no matter what happens, I choose to believe God. What God can do, what He can do, what God cannot do, it doesn't exist. Yes, I'm one of the firm believers. I know that there is nothing impossible with God. What is too hard for God to do? Think about it. The creator of the universe, the master, the God of all things, living and non-living, the God of heaven and earth, creator of all things. What is too hard for him to do? Consider it. and then your faith will come alive. There is nothing hard for God to do. There is nothing hard for God to do. It is just that there are some things that are not in accordance to his will. So when you pray those prayers, because he wants to keep you, he wants to help you, he might not answer those your prayers, or he might realign it. But when you pray according to his will, he hears you and he answers. All you have to do is believe. Choose to believe God. Trust him. Make up your mind. Because there was a time in my life where I would say, God, if you don't answer me, I'll be offended when I don't see the manifestation of my prayers. I'll start doubting God. I'll start, going down in my faith. But I came to a point where I said, no matter what, no matter what, I choose you, Jesus. I'm following you, Jesus. So, have you made up your mind? Because faith is also obedience. Making up your mind that no matter what, I'm following Jesus. I'm following Jesus. I'm following Jesus. Thank you so much for staying tuned up till now. I appreciate you. Faith needs you to speak. If you have faith in God, you're going to speak his word. Declare it into your life. Declare God's promises. Speak it out. Be confident in God. Be confident in him. Your sufficiency is of him. Faith starts from your thoughts. What are you thinking? After you've prayed, after you've declared, after you've prophesied, when you're going through your day, what are you thinking subconsciously? What is going on in your mind? Check it. Make sure that you are operating and your mind is always operating from a place of faith, not doubt, not worry. Anytime you find yourself worrying or doubting, if you cannot shake it off on your own, if you cannot encourage yourself on your own, go to God, ask him for help. So finally, before we round up, I already told you that faith is obedience. Complete and total obedience. Walking in God in the light. I'm not going to come here and tell you faith is miracle. Yes. But your faith will show by your works. Faith is love. When you love God, you show that you are operating from faith. You choose to love God. Faith, and when you love God, you give. When you give to your neighbor, when you give, it shows that you have faith in him, that you know that as you're giving, God is going to supply your own needs. So I hope this has helped you. I hope you've learned something, because I'm trying to keep the video short, but I hope you definitely learned something. So see you next time. Bye.